And welcome back to Ferocious Education. Today I'm going to be looking at KTOV Pharma. This company is an Israeli pharma here, so it's one of the hot sectors for this week. First things first, I'm going to be looking towards the 1 month, 1 day timeline, and then I'm going to be moving towards a bit more closer timelines. So looking at the willing percent hour, first of all, you can see that this stock has been considerably overbought, but we see also the same action that has happened the day before. So we can see this is a repetitive action that has happened. So from the day before, it's almost identical than what we're seeing today, and that might be a little bit off a good news. But however, double day runners, Fridays and Mondays could be quite a little bit difficult to maintain that momentum, especially since the momentum is increasing quite a bit. And it's actually at a higher level than I've seen it for a while. Let's take a quick look into the 3 months, 1 day, and see if it has seen similar momentum. It has not, but we can see that it has received a multiple day runners before that was followed by a dip. Now, the only thing with this stock here is that there's news coming, and this news this week is supposed to be really good, so it will trade on the hopes of that news as well. So that's the big thing that this stock is going to be running. So in fact, we will see green tomorrow, but maybe not as much as the runner today. So that's kind of a little bit of what I'm thinking, just based on news solely. Now, the 10 SMA average is above the 30 EMA average. However, the stock is above the 200 SMA, which was considered for me a bit more expensive than I would like it. And it is as well above the 50 SMA. So that's a little bit of the averages in here. Now, when it comes to supports and resistances, I see the current support is sitting somewhere at a point 68, and we'd have to look more into the 1 hour period in order to determine that support, just because of the high movement in the last month. So we can look as well in the MACD here. We can see the MACD is tending to show an increasement later on in the day, similar to what happened yesterday. So that's a really good sign. So we probably see perhaps 0.90 at least in the early market. That's just my opinion in terms of that. Now, going in, it's far off from the trader action zone, so it's above it. So you might not see a reversal in that period. Say the current support is sitting at a 0.66, but no current resistance. But I would say the furthest resistance it's seen is around 0.93, and another support at 0.80. So all in all, it looks good if you can get it under 0.80 for at least the aftermarket and early market. That's my opinion, but let's look into the moving averages. So here's a little bit of the red flag that we're looking at. The moving average is below what the price is right now, and the 200 SMA is above. So what could happen is something like you've seen in this action here, where it just gets dipped on very quickly onto the next day. However, we have seen a lot of volume, but with that volume, we have a lot of bag holders right here that are looking to cash out. So it takes just a bearish kicker in order to bring this down. So that's what you want to look at, is in a time scale in the morning, or perhaps in the pre-market, whether you see a bearish kick. And that might be a little bit of a rough handle. Now, taking a quick look into the trend line, I took consideration from the March dip and I moved it forward using a channel. You can see that the price here is probably, if it was going to be dipping, it's going to probably dip down to 0.42 with a high of 0.60, and that's similar to what the trend is assessing, that it should be coming down. But again, as I say, with news, you have to check as well about, for instance, the hype and everything related to it. So in terms of, I checked the sentiment for this stock. The sentiment has increased for the day before. It has seen a lot of volume, almost double the volume of mentions online from the day before. So that's a good sign, but you want to question, is the momentum going to continue? Well, it probably will not continue on for at least midday tomorrow or early on tomorrow, but will open up in the green. And it might actually see 0.90 in the pre-market. So if you're playing the pre-market, this might be a good scalp, but you got to be very careful because it can easily be manipulated as well in the pre-market. But there's a really good volume for this stock. So as long as you find the news going on, I would say this might be a play for at least half a day, but that's just in my opinion. Now, for me, for my comfort, I would probably try to pick it up at 0.7 something, but 0.8 is a little bit above that support. So I might just skip on this stock here and try to find other plays. But if you're in this stock, that's good news for you, where you can probably cash out early in the morning with a really nice percentage. That's just my opinion. Make sure to do your own DD. Let me know if you have any questions below. and comment, subscribe, and share it. And have a wonderful day.